hello! Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you knocked this time. It shows that you're listening to me this time. That's wonderful. Well, I just want to tell you that I would give you a story, but I unfortunately was helping a dear friend move from his labyrinthian cave to a new labyrinthian cave. He does this once every millennia, and every time he does, he calls me up and he says, Hey, Nook, do you want to come and help me? And I'm usually like, sure, because I'm too nice to say no. But that's okay. But the bad thing is since I am as old as time and a little bit more older than time, I hurt myself. Yes, you see, as we were finishing up pulling the last cauldron, he's got a very large collection of cauldrons, and I always tell him, if you're gonna have all these cauldrons, put them away in a storage labyrinth, or even get one of those mobile. I had a brain fart. No. What are those mobile containers that you can call and they'll send a giant out to pick it up and take it back to a lot where it's being protected by dragons and what have you. I mean, I've told him to do this multiple times, but he doesn't really listen. So. Yes, but when we were taking the final cauldron in, I tripped and fell into a spike trap. Yes, see, in labyrinths. This was a fixer-upper dungeon, you see, and the fixer-upper dungeon had a few traps that he had not marked or had maps of, so it was very hard to make sure we were going the right way. So, because of that, your pal Nook of the book is sitting in his comfy chair doing jack squat. And that would probably be the best time to tell you stories, especially since you were so nice and knocked on the door, and that just shows such good progress on your part. I mean, honestly, it makes me just feel so happy that you listened to me this time. I mean, there are some times that you don't listen, and in fact, I went back to that restaurant, and they told me if I had guests that I would have to pay a gratuity for you, and I told them no, it's part of my duty as the Nook of the book. And they said, well, what does that pay? And I say nothing. And they said, then how are you going to pay for your food? And I said, I've got electrum, I've got gold, I've got platinum. And they're like, well, we don't take electrum. And I'm like, who doesn't take electrum? And they said, do you really have any electrum? I said, well, I got some at home. What I've got on me now is 15 platinum. Can you break 15 platinum? And they're like, well, we can break 1 platinum. I'm like, well, what about the other 14 platinum? And they're like, well, you don't have to pay. It's not going to cost a full platinum for a meal here. It's probably going to cost 12 silver. So we'll be able to break that 1 platinum. But, I mean, or did you glue them all together to make 15 platinum? And I was like, no, of course not. I was just bringing it up. It's the way things are, I think I'm getting cranky in my old age. I don't know why. I mean, when you really look at the way things go, I mean, I'm not that older than time, so it's different. But still, I'm not as old as I am as old as people think. I will never be the one to yell at children as they walk upon my lawn, because I don't have a lawn. I have a rock garden. And my rock garden is beautiful. It does what? Hold on. The neighbor's displacer beast is shitting in my rock garden. Get out of here, Fluffy! Get! And there it goes. You know, when I was, maybe, when I was younger, I had a blink dog, and I didn't have neighbors. In fact, this area wasn't really even anything. It was still primordial fire and rock. But my blink dog was such a nice little blink dog. I called him Fluffy Face, because he had a nice fluffy face, and I would take him up and say, "Oh, you have such a nice fluffy face, you are so pretty, yes you are." And he would roll over, and I'd give him belly rubs, and it was wonderful, and I wish I still had him. I don't, because he passed away several millennia ago. They don't live as long as I do, because, I live until the end of time. Which, as I hope, doesn't come for a very, very long time, because I don't want time to end. I really don't, especially since I know I said that I was off my diet with the last time we spoke, but I decided to join with a local fitness club. Yes. They're called Sometimes Fitness, and they are run by a jolly full band of kobolds, and they have treadmills that you can run upon. They have a sauna. They have weights. They have all these things, and it's just absolutely wonderful. And I've just put in a membership for 10 years. So if the Night Sky Syndicate does not protect time and space and everything, then I've paid for a 10-year contract for nothing, and I hope that doesn't happen, because I want to be able to use that. I can't use it now. I will be laid up for a little while. I've got a friend of mine who is one of the Fae, and she owes me some favors. Not any of those. Those are favors. No, those favors. She owes me a favor in the healing department. Yes, she knows natural healing, and will take care of all the holes in my tail and in my body. As you can see, I look like Swiss cheese. And you're wondering, well, why aren't you dead? And I'm like, well, you see, there has to be a Nook of the book, and I cannot die. Believe you me, there was a dark time in my youth that, I tried that, and it did not work. Though I did learn that I could throw my head at least 2 miles. Granted, of course, that was when I was very young. Now that I'm older, I don't think I'd want to do that again, because it gave me such a headache when it landed. Yes. Plus, I don't think that really happened. I think I was on some acid trip. Yes, I drank a big old bowl of citric acid, and at least that's what the gentleman told me it was. And I remember afterwards he and a karate octopus all went out on a grand adventure. And after several years of adventuring, we finally came back to my home. And I told them, "You are welcome to come in." And they just looked at me and said, "Sir, you need to stay in your home. You are under house arrest. You need to stay here until your hearing next Tuesday." And I just laughed and I said, Oh, you karate octopus, you are so funny. Do you remember that time we went into that den of evil and we stabbed all those bandits? And the karate octopus said, "Sir, whatever you say can be used in a court of law. You should really talk to your lawyer." And I was like, oh, no, Karate Octopus, you know me better. I mean, we had all those drugs. And Karate Octopus looked at me and said, sir, you and 3 other people, sacked a town. Do you know what you did? And I just laughed. Because, Karate Octopus, they are very funny creatures. Yes, they are. But, my other friend, he was like, no. And then, I went and saw the judge, and the judge was like, do you know what happened? And I said, yes, me, Karate Octopus, and my elephant friend over there all went on an adventure for several years. And he said, no, sir, you were at a rave, and you took way too many drugs that was being made by that apothecary, by that guy over there. And he pointed to my good friend Agna, and Agna was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know what I gave you. I just kind of threw everything into a bowl, and I told you just take a sip, but you didn't hear me because, the sound of the music was going boop, 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 like that, rave music, and I was like, oh, so I was on drugs. And they were like, yes, you were on a lot of drugs. I was like, oh, so when will I come down from them? And they're like, well, hopefully within the next 20 years. And that was 2 millennia ago, so, I'm off that now, So yeah, that's a lesson for all you children out there. If you're going to a rave, and you are given something, and you can't hear what the person told you it is, take them to a quieter spot and ask them, sir, what is this? And if they say it's massive amounts of drugs, take a small sip. You take that small sip, or don't do drugs at all. Don't do drugs, children. Don't do drugs. Nothing illegal. No. Also, if you are going out with friends at night, make sure you keep one of you very, very sober. Because if not, a horse that you think is a karate octopus, a mime that you mistaken for a undead creature, and several police officers in a chase on a horse that you later thought he was a centaur and proceeded to try to marry. Don't do that. Don't do those drugs. Okay? And if you're wondering, Erasmus, well, this version of Erasmus needs to learn to not do anything that will make him go out of his mind. I mean, take an edible. That always mellows you out. Though with dragons, it's a little different. I've really gone off the subject. I wonder why. Oh yes, it's the pain medication. Yes, you see, the pain medication they've got me on is very, very good. Yes, it is. And it's legal pain medication. Yes, and not an opiate. No. I will not touch that stuff. It's bad. People can get hooked on it. No. This is a special type of root that my doctor had gotten for me to help with the pain until my fave friend can come. And she's okay. She's just sent me a message as per a sparrow. That happens with Fae. You get weird messages. Let me read. Let me read this up. Okay, Nook, you silly son of a bitch. I'm not coming to help you. You came to my home and beat up my cat. I don't remember doing any of that. That sounds like Fae foolery. Well, this means I'm gonna have to dig into my coffers, but I'm gonna have to go see my ex. Yes, Long ago, I and another dragon decided to see if we could make it work. And she was much younger than me, yes, but granted, the only person that's older than me is Kerr, and he's a dick. But yeah, we tried, and it was very nice for the time that we were together. Very nice. But she did not like the fact that anything that she did, or anybody did, was written down in books. And she would ask me, Nook, can I see the book of my life? And I was like, oh honey, we've had this conversation many times before. You cannot look at the book of your life. Nobody can look at the book of their life. I did not have the heart to tell her that the book of her life gets filled in as you go. Not, it doesn't just, it's always there. Because if that was the case, I'd open my book and I'd be like, oh, she was going to sleep with my buddy Randy. And, in our bed. So, yes, that lying bitch is, she's a medical, doctor now in, ear, nose, throat, and, cloaca. So, she runs a local practice, and I have not wanted to go back to her because she took over the practice from the previous doctor that was there. And that doctor was a wonderful little gnome man, and he could get in all those nooks and crannies. That sounds very disgusting, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Okay, well, how about this? I'm gonna have to go ahead and send her a message, see if she can sneak me in for a consultation for Swiss cheese, and maybe she will be able to use some magic and some way to heal my wounds. I really hope so, and I hope she doesn't charge me out the ass. I mean, Nook, since he doesn't really have a job, doesn't have insurance. Yes, I have insurance on my books. That's very important, very important. But I do not have life insurance. But that should be going without saying, since, of course, as far as I know, I cannot die. Again, as far as I know, that's all I know. But yes, I'm feeling quite tired. You can let yourself out. When you come back, I promise that I will be in better spirits, and I will give you the rest of the story of the Night Sky Syndicate in downtown. Because it is wonderful what the story brings about our friends in downtown, as well as, of course, the trek to the Gilded Grove. Yes, and ooh. I can't feel my face. They said that was a terrible side effect, and that I should call my doctor as soon as it happens. Can't do that, because my scrying orb is broken. Still haven't gotten that fixed. And you're probably wondering, well, what about that phone you have? Well, it's an older style phone. So she... Look, I could call her. I just don't want to. Do you know how hard it is to go ahead and talk to your ex after a long time of not talking to them? I mean, it's been almost... I can't even think. The spheres were barely formed. Yes, and I was trying out a top knot. It was just absolutely terrible. Yes, I was in my mid 40 millions. I think so. They always call it a midlife crisis, but when you're me, midlife could be all the life except for the first million years and the last. But again, I'm saying that the Night Sky Syndicate should be able to handle this, and we will be okay. Yes, yes. So, again, my friends, you have a wonderful day. I will see you later, and please, before you go, let me know if those butterflies I'm seeing are real. Yes, they're not. Oh, wonderful. Okay, the sparrow's still here. Okay, hold on. Okay. Little note says, "You stupid bitch. Come help me. I don't want to see Veronica." She will know what that means. Okay, little sparrow, little sparrow, little sparrow. Oh, take this back. Take this back to her. Yes, take it to her. Tell her it is from Nook. She'll know. Especially when she says the bitch. And, give me that back. I need to be nicer. Okay. Okay, and there. My dear Starshine, please, will you help me? I know I have done you wrong, but to be fair, I was high off my tits. So please, help me. I do not want to see the raging bitch that is my ex. Sincerely, Nook of the Book. I should add something else. Screw it. I'm going to send about 10 platinum. Well, I shouldn't send it. Look, little sparrow, I'm going to send this. I'm going to say, if you come here, I will give you 100 platinum. Please. Oh, and I will give you some of my teas that I have. And I know you really like that bread I got from the bakery on Gardens. I'll give you some of that. There we go. Okay, roll it up. Here you go, little sparrow. Take that. Take that to your mistress. Okay, do it. Bye-bye, little sparrow. Bye-bye. Oh. You got eaten by a hawk. Hey, hawk. Ah! Yeah, you. Okay, yeah, you're eating the sparrow. I was gonna send that. Yes. Oh, you can read. Well, that's good. Can you take that to his mistress? Well, I'm not doing it. I'm having issues with the medication they gave me. Okay. Thank you very much. When you come back, I will find a rabbit for you. You don't want rabbit. Okay. I can do Chinese. I can do Chinese. In fact, I'm kind of hungry too. So I'm gonna call for Chinese. I'll get us. Do you like mushu pork? I'll just get a bunch of everything. Okay. So you see you, Mr. Hawk. Me see you. Bye. It's terrible what happened to the little sparrow. Oh well. Again, I'm sorry. I'm babbling. The medication is really fucking me up. You all have a wonderful day. Please lock the door. Don't lock the door. She's gonna have to come through the door. Yeah, because all the windows are warded. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just leave. Just keep the door unlocked. I will make sure not to leave my chair. And you have a wonderful day. And remember, I forgot what I was going to say. Holy shit, I really need help. Toodles!